And you guys were both with us last week, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So, did you guys have a chance to think of your why? Do you want to share that with us?
Sure. My why is because Amy actually inspired me with her journey. She did 80 Day and she posted it, and I watched her go through her transformation, and I was just inspired by her. And I mean, I have worked out before. I've used Beachbody on demand for about 2 years now, and just watching her and seeing how she was motivating other people, I wanted to do that too. So I just saw how, it just seemed like I want to help people. It's not even about making money or anything like that. It's just I started it myself, and with doing the coaching, I just feel different ever since I started doing the program and working with her and just talking about how, we could potentially have it as a business. And so I haven't been this excited about anything in a while. So I think that's my why.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, yeah, that's great. What about you, Emily?
So, I've kind of been looking for a side hustle, and I've been a Beachbody On Demand member for a while, and I'm really liking the To Be mindset. And I think that's kind of what pushed it for me, because I was really able to be more of a nutritional based thing, because exercise is so hit or miss for me. I tend to get injured a lot. I'm klutzy. So sticking with an exercise program for 90 days is very difficult, because I end up twisting my ankle, and I'm just a klutz. And I know a lot of people who are in a similar situation, so I feel like that's an opportunity.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, To Be mindset it's a game changer for Beachbody. It's the first program that's completely nutrition based that Beachbody's come out with, and I kind of think of it as it's like it's the start for us to compete with companies like Weight Watchers. I hope that they do a lot more with it. I hope that we come out with our own product line, food product lines and stuff that we can start marketing and selling to people, so that we become more competitive on that front. But I know that we have some Weight Watcher instructors who are coaches on our team, and they just love it, because they have a lot of people that used to love meeting with them and talking about nutrition and having the accountability, but they were never interested in the fitness. So they were never able to engage with them on the fitness side. But now that To Be mindset is out, they're coming on board. So it just gives us a ability to help so many more people. So I think that's great. All right, who else joined us? We have somebody on 4745.
John Hatfield.
Oh, hey, John.
Hey, Greg.
John's an old timer, right?
Trying. Yeah, definitely need some refreshing classes, though. This is great.
So we've got Tom on as well, John, and we have two new coaches, Jennifer and Emily.
Okay, great. Well, hey, nice meeting everybody.
All right. And Jennifer and Emily, how long have you guys been coaches?
This is Jen.
Month and a half, maybe.
Okay, a month and a half. Emily, what'd you say, Jen?
Probably about a month.
Okay, great.
Like 3.5 weeks, a month.
Okay. So one thing that we're going to talk about tonight is social media. Have you guys been talking about coaching or challenge groups or anything like that on social media yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
I posted a few things about TB Mindset, that it was coming out and pricing for it and, kind of what it was about, but not, anything extensive.
Okay.
I didn't really push anything, no. So I didn't talk about being a coach, or I just kind of said, we have there's a new program coming out, and that's about it.
Well, I'm going to give you guys some tips on social media. But before I do that, do Jennifer or Emily, do you feel uncomfortable with, because you said that you haven't really posted much. Do you feel uncomfortable with sharing about coaching or about Beachbody on Facebook?
Yes. I feel like I can't find a way to do it where it doesn't sound like I'm pushing something or selling something. I'd rather be where my thought process is, since I'm doing 80-day, is that I could post my pictures and my progress so that other people could see, and maybe that's how they would get interested instead of me posting about, programs or stuff like that.
Well, yeah, I understand. I understand what you're saying. Emily, what about you? Do you feel scared about posting or what people will think?
Kind of. And I mean, like, some of it is the, like everybody kind of has one of these. Everybody has several friends who post for Usborne Books or LuLaRoe or Pampered Chef or all of that. And I don't know, it just is awkward.
Yeah, I understand. So what you got to think about is you got to look at them and see what are they doing that makes you feel, icky, right? Like what are they doing that you don't like? And that's what you don't want to do as a Beachbody coach, right? So let me just tell you some things that you don't want to do, right? You don't want to post links. You never want to post links. You never want to post sales. You never want to post, and that may seem counterintuitive. Well, 2B Mindset's on sale this month. Don't I want to post about that and tell people how much it costs? No, right? Because that's salesy. And that's what you don't want to do. So what you do want to do is you want to tell stories, right? You want to think about, like, if you went and you saw the latest Avengers movie, right? Which I thought was fantastic, right? I want to tell everyone about that movie. And do I feel like I'm trying to sell them on the movie? No, not at all, right? Because I loved it, right? And I want them to see it too, to experience it, right? Or maybe you ate an awesome restaurant. You want to just tell people about it, right? Same thing goes for Beachbody. And Jennifer, you said, like, well, I want to wait till I hit my goal, and then I'm going to post my results, and then I'm going to get people that are interested. Yes, but that's like a one-time event, right? So
Right.
Did you see the video that I posted from Coach Tulin in our Engage group? Did you guys watch that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's awesome. You definitely follow her. But if you notice, she is 100 pounds overweight. She's not at her goal, but she still celebrates coaching, right? And she posts about coaching all the time. She posts about Beachbody programs all the time. She goes after people who are just like her. She goes after people who can't even do one push-up. Because guess what, guys? There are, the people that can't do one push-up totally outnumber the people that can do 100, like Tom, So what you want to do is you want to share what you're doing now and share your struggles, right? So if you're struggling with eating, that's what you want to be sharing, right? I mean, you want to share something every day. It could be struggles, it could be victories, it could be how you got up in the morning and you did your workout, right? That's what you want to share, because you want people to engage with you. You want people to relate to you. You want people to start following you. And then when you say, hey, I want some people to join me and to do it with me, you can celebrate, hey, I lost 10 pounds this month, right? Or, I did 2B Mindset in my first 30 days, I lost 10 pounds. That's a celebration. You don't have to have an amazing transformation. You don't have to be done with your 80 days. You can celebrate something that's already happened, right? And you can talk about it. You can always share before and afters. But one of the first things that you guys want to share about is you want to share about the coach. Like, tell people that you became a coach, right? So don't let them guess, like, what is she doing, blah, 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 right? You just want to, tell people honestly, like, why you decided to become a coach, right? I mean, not in a salesy way, right? Just say, like you told me, like, why you love coaching, why you love helping people, and why you want to do it, right? And then people are going to relate to that, and they're going to be like, oh, she loves helping people, she's seeing results, I would love to join her. When you do that call to action, and that's something that you should do at least once a week, right? You want to post, you want to give value to people. You can share recipes, you can share about your workout. Oh, and guys, don't always, a lot of times you'll see new coaches, they either go one of two ways. It's like they'll share nothing about Beachbody because they're afraid of what people think, or they'll share 100% about Beachbody. And that's what you don't want to do, right? That's like a newbie. You want to continue posting about what you've been posting about, right? So if you post about your kids, if you post about your hobbies, if you post about your faith, whatever you currently post about, you want to continue posting about, because that's why people follow you currently, right? That's what people like about you. That's what people expect to see from you. So if you stop posting that and you just post about Beachbody, well, then you're going to turn people off, right? So, and that's still part of you, right? So think of, they say with like your branding, right? Think of 5 things that interest you. Okay? So think about 5 things and make a list. So is it like, one might be your kids, one might be your spouse, right? The things that interest you, that you like to post about, right? Or share about. One is about Beachbody now, right? And then maybe one is your faith, and one is knitting or something. If you like to play golf, if you like to ride bikes, if you like to run, you can share about those. So then every day you want to be sharing, okay? So you want to post at least once a day, okay? And if you're only going to post once a day, they say that the social media experts, right, they're going to tell you to post 3 to 5 times a day, right? Which could be a little overwhelming. For me, when I first started with Facebook, I had like 32 friends on Facebook. They were all family members. For me, going from posting like once a week to posting 3 times a day was overwhelming. And I just got in the habit of, I set up, I'm going to post once a day. And that's what I've been doing. That's how I've been growing my following for years now. And so if you're posting once a day, what you want to do is you want to just think about round robining those topics, right? So maybe you want to do, one of the topics is nutrition, one of the topics is your workout, and one of the topics is your kids, and one of the topics is your faith, right? So maybe just break it up. So on Monday, you're going to post about this, and on Tuesday, you're going to post about that. Or if you're posting 2 times a day, maybe once about your kids and once about your Beachbody workout. And then the next day, you can post about, your faith and your nutrition, so you can break it up like that. but that's a good strategy to have, right? Determine, like, come up with your 5 areas that you want to post about. Determine how many times a day you're willing to post, okay? Come up with a plan. And don't forget about posting stories. Like on Facebook and on Instagram, you have stories, and stories are huge. If you start following a lot of the top coaches, you'll see that they do 10 stories a day, okay? Again, 10 may be overwhelming. So if you can't do 10, do 3 or 4. That's typically what I'll do. I'll post my meals, I'll post my workout, I'll post, a couple things. And don't forget to do a call to action, like at least every single week, right? You don't have to do a call to action every post. And what I mean by call to action is talk about like inviting people to join you and, on your workouts, and people can start. Don't think that you have to sell somebody. If somebody says, how do I start? You don't have to sell them a challenge pack, yes, that's the best thing. If you can get them to start with the challenge pack, that's the best way. But if not, just get them to start with Beachbody On Demand. They can start for free. They get a 14-day free trial, right? They can sign up for as little as $8 a month with Beachbody On Demand, right? They can do Clean Week for free, right? They can do the whole Clean Week program. They could even get the Clean Week sampler to try Shakeology and the booklets and everything. So don't invite people to join you. And I would recommend starting a challenge group either on Facebook or using the My Challenge Tracker app. And if you don't know about the My Challenge Tracker app, just look it up in the Coach Online office or talk to your coach about it. They can help you. But that's an amazing tool that you can invite people to. And, and then once you get them in a challenge group and you get them to start trying Beachbody On Demand for free, they're going to love it. You're going to encourage them every single day. You're going to get to know them. They're going to open up. So it's an amazing tool that you can use. So anyway, I've been talking for a while. Tom, why don't you share, how did you get started with Facebook? How do you do it now? How often do you post? What do you share on your stories? All that good stuff.
That's funny. I mean, similar to you and probably, I guess, everybody else here, I didn't really post a lot on Facebook at all prior to Beachbody. I mean, I had same thing, just family, very few people on it. Hardly ever used it, to be honest with you. And, once I got involved with Beachbody, I got on one of these calls. And I remember one thing, Brian Roca, who was always on these training calls with Greg, he's like, I friend everybody, just everybody. And he made me laugh. He said, I went to get a haircut. I friended my barber. And, I had close to no friends on Facebook, and I just started friending everybody. I mean, I took what he said literally, and I mean, now I think I don't even know how many I got. It's ridiculous, but I just started friending everybody and just started posting. I did post about my workouts, and I don't recall if I really just came out and said, I became a Beachbody coach. I just started. I was getting really good results, and people were always asking me about it, in person. So I just started posting my workouts. Told everybody I started a new program, and it's day one, and kind of started with that on a regular basis, and then it did incorporate exactly what Greg said. I started doing more of family posts, and I got dogs, and people just love those dog posts. I mean, they're fun too. I got into it, so now I probably post too much. I try to control myself. It's like every time my son does something cute, I'm whipping out the camera, and everybody, I drive everybody nuts. But it's I spend a lot of time commuting and a lot of time working, and my things are really just my family, my Beachbody, and my pet. So it's not like I don't have a bunch of other hobbies. Working out was always my hobby, so it's it's part of Beachbody. So I do that's the majority of my posts, and then of course food and those as well. So, but just it's things that interest people. I mean, even just like tonight driving home, I mean, it's vicious storm clouds. It was just such a cool picture, and you get more people just commenting and starting conversations on it, and it's great. So I'll do all my that type of posts and my workouts, and then I will ultimately do a call to action, just start talking about it. New program coming out, 2B Mindset, and Greg was in the test group I was, and I used them. I said, my friend got some excellent results. He lost 10 pounds on it. I'm going to try it. Anybody interested, shoot me a message. And people do, and people are watching. And I always used to think that because you see the same people that do seem to like and comment all the time. And I kind of felt like, I got 500 people right now as friends, and no one's, this is even doing anything. And then I'll run into someone at a family event who I've never talked to in years. Like, oh, how's Body Beast? I've been watching you. You've been inspiring me. And start up a conversation there. Or people just all of a sudden will message you and say, I've been watching you for a year now, and I want to learn more about this. And it's amazing. It's just, it does work. I mean, you're planting seeds. So even if you don't think it's working, I get the oddest, out of nowhere phone calls and things where just people that have been watching quietly, and people that I did approach and speak to who weren't interested at the time, or said they weren't, and they come around. It's really remarkable. And as far as Facebook stories, I didn't utilize that at all. I don't know if that's kind of a new thing even, but I just I do that every day now, and they are great. They're very easy. You don't have to. It's not like I was never big with going live and videos and things like that. But I kind of love the story just from the simplest things. Getting on the road early in the morning, and there's a morning fog, and just getting prepared for a workout, having my energy drink, my Energize, just throughout the day. And I do try to follow the guidelines and do a lot of posting now, and it works. I mean, you definitely see it works.
Yeah, I mean, and one of the things that you'll see a lot of coaches doing is they will do the live, not the live video. Well, they do live videos, but I mean, they'll do a video of their story, right? Not only of their workouts, but like when I talked about doing the invite, they do that as a live story, right? As a video story. And there's an app called Cut Story. So even if your video is longer than 15 seconds, you can run it through that app called Cut Story, and it'll cut it all up into 15-second segments or 20 seconds, I think, for Facebook. And you just load them up into Facebook, and and then it kind of makes like one long story. So you could talk about doing an invite, or you could talk about why you became a coach, and people, they get addicted to watching those stories. It's like, it's like watching I guess somebody's life or something, they just get addicted to watching people's stories, So, I mean, those are really popular. Now, a tip for you guys, like Jennifer and Emily, you said, posting on Facebook is a little scary, right? A little daunting. Nora, you're shaking your head. You agree, right? Because you have all these friends on there, right? And you have family on there that have known you for many, many, many years, right? And they follow you on there. So for you to start sharing about coaching or Beachbody or whatever is a little scary, right? So I'm not saying don't share on Facebook. You do want to share on Facebook. And you'll see, like for me, I share, most of what I share is just personal stuff on Facebook. I do share about coaching and other things occasionally, but I can tell you that here's the number one tip. Open up an Instagram account. If you don't have one now, open one up and start doing 100% Instagram. And that is your business channel, right? I can pretty much guarantee you that your mom and half of the people that follow you on Facebook that you're afraid of are not on Instagram, okay? So that's what I did, right? I started using Instagram this year in January. Started from basically scratch, okay? And I already have 2,500 followers, okay? So what you want to do is, and I can tell you, it's every single day I'm posting about stuff related to health, fitness, nutrition. Okay. So I don't even really post about family or the other interest on Instagram. Instagram is 100% for my business, right? So I can tell you I do a call to action for coaching at least once a week. I do a call to action for my challenge group at least once a week. And then the other posts are typically about fitness or nutrition. I do one post a day on Instagram about one of those: fitness, nutrition, or coaching, one of those 3 topics. And I will do 3, 5, or more stories, okay? And start following some of the other top coaches on Instagram, because you'll see how they do it. They totally rock their stories and their posts and stuff like that. And that's how you can learn. All right. So it's like we talked about the National Wake Up Call, right? The National Wake Up Call happens every Monday. Well, what I would suggest is every time you listen to a National Wake Up Call and you meet a new top coach, go follow them on Instagram, right? And go see how they're doing it. Follow them on Facebook, see how they're doing it, right? People ask me all the time, well, should I create a Facebook like page? No, don't waste your time. Don't waste your money, right? I mean, a like page is great for business, right? If you want to pay for ads, but do you need to? No. Just go start Instagram, okay? Learn as much as you possibly can. We have an Instagram Academy training group. Amy, are you part of that group?
Yeah, Greg, I am. And I was just messaging Jen and telling her to look on the Champions page or YouTube search for Jen Richardson.
Yes, she's awesome.
And something she said, I'm in Autumn's Obsessed with Coaching group too. And she did an interview with Jen Richardson the other day that was great. It got in a little more detail than I've seen her do before. One thing she did say is she uses Instagram to get people to funnel to Facebook. And then she uses Facebook. So she finds them on Instagram and then friends them on Facebook. And that's when she opens up conversations.
Okay. Yeah.
Which would work for me because I hate Instagram. So I loved hearing that.
Okay. All right. Do whatever works for you. What I do, and I mentioned this in the training group, is I hate using my phone. Okay. I know girls, you love using your phone, right? You love, Nora, you don't like using your phone either, but I hate it, right? I hate typing. My thumbs are so big. I press like 2 keys at the same time. I hate using my phone. I'll do it if I'm just like surfing, right? But to like message people and create conversations like Amy was saying, I hate that, right? So what I do is I use, there's an Instagram app for the PC, right? There's an Instagram app called Flume for the Macintosh, which I use, right? I install that on my Mac and I can I can type conversations with people. So what I do is I search hashtags, right? I can search hashtags like Body Beast, P90X, fit, fit dad. I could search hashtags fit over 40. I could strike up conversations with people, right? I could search hashtags related to my interests, right? Like I mentioned, your interests, and you can check out people's profile. And if they look like they're not a coach, right? And if they look like they might be interested, you could, basically follow them. You can comment on their stuff. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to follow you back. You don't have to strike up a conversation and invite them right away. Like, you don't have to be like, you might be saying, well, I'm not going to be salesy. I don't want to be that forward. Well, don't. Just comment on their stuff, follow them, and I guarantee you they're going to follow you back, right? And then because you're posting every single day, you're doing stories every single day about your fitness, about Beachbody, and you're doing invitations, they're going to message you and they're going to ask you, hey, tell me more about this group that you've got started. I would love to be part of it. You do those invitations, you say, hey, I've got a free support group that's starting on Monday, right? I'm looking for people who are wanting to come do this program with me, or wanting to come get started on a workout with me, or maybe, you know, just get started with 2B Mindset, a nutrition program with me. You know, you do those posts, you do those stories, you do those videos, and naturally all those people that are following you, that you're commenting on and that you're engaging with, they're going to engage with you back. They're going to be like, tell me more about this, right? So that's what you want to do. And like Jen Richardson, Amy brought up, she said, what did she say? She said she follows like 50 people a day, 100 people a day. Okay, so I mean, yeah, we all can't do that, but I mean, that 15-star diamond coach, you know, she's probably making $1 million a year, you know, and she has aggressively gone after this business and aggressively gone after people on Instagram, right? So she follows 100 people a day, and she messages who knows how many, and she comments on you know, however many, but you know, you can you make it a game. Set yourself a goal of, hey, I'm going to find 10 people, I'm going to search hashtags, and I'm going to find 10 people a day, and I'm not going to go to bed at night until I find 10 people a day that I can follow that you know, might be interested in what I do, you know? And that's how you can approach it, you know, and strike up conversations. And I actually use a program which I talk about in the Instagram Academy group called Follow Adder. So anybody who follows me back, they get a private message from me automatically that strikes up a conversation. You know, it just initiates a conversation with them. And that's what I want. Because otherwise you don't know when people follow you, right? I mean, unless you're going and you're looking at your followers every day. But for me, I don't know who's following me back. So I use this program called Follow Adder, and it just automatically, you know, strikes up a conversation with people. And so every morning I wake up and I've got 10 conversations that have been started. And all I have to do is continue them, you know? And I normally end up inviting you know, people, if they're not a coach and they're not working with a coach, I normally invite them to my challenge group. You know, it's like, hey, would you be interested in doing a free challenge, you know, or in joining my free support group? You know, would you be interested in starting Beachbody On Demand and, you know, for free and trying it out? You know, most of the time they say yes. If they're not already doing a program, most of the time they're even doing a program, or they've done a program like P90X or Insanity or something in the past, and I say, hey, would you be interested in starting it again? They're like, yeah. You know, so, because I always bring up the subject like, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach. Have you ever done any Beachbody workouts? And they always say yes. You know, if they're not doing one currently, they're like, yes, I've done P90X, I've done Insanity, I've done these things, I own these things in the past. You know, I got great results. I would like to do it again. And I'm like, great. Come join my challenge group. You know, I've got one that's going for free. A lot of people who give each other support and motivation every day. Would you like to come join us? Is that salesy? Is that salesy? I don't think so. You know, and 90% of the people that I say that to, if they're not working with another coach, will be like, heck yeah, invite me. And that's how I get, you know, 5 to 10 new people that join my challenge group every single week. And eventually those people I build relationships with, and eventually they want to buy things. They want to try Shakeology or buy the next program that comes out, like 2B Mindset, or become a coach. And that's how I sign up 2 to 3 coaches a month. And I've done that for the past 7 years. And I've signed up over 300 coaches just by doing that consistently. So that's the secret to Instagram or to social media, guys. You know, it's not selling, it's just sharing. And it's now that I'm on Instagram, it's searching people that you know might be interested or might have common interests as you, or may already be doing a program, you know. So Tom, you got anything to add about that?
Yeah, I mean, I've been using Follow Adder as well, and I had Instagram also. It was another one I just had, but I never actually used it. I didn't have any followers, and I'm just looking now. I have 1,338.
Awesome.
And it's basically the same thing. I've been using Follow Editor and searching hashtags, and pretty much I follow everything Greg says to do.
It's working for you.
And it's working. So follow Greg. Yeah. No, I'm serious. I mean, I do. I mean, everything, all these tips and education I get from these calls, I just take them and run with them, and they work. So I'm pretty much doing what he's saying. I mean, also, going back to Facebook, and this is also I did get from Greg, was joining other groups, like that are things that you're interested in. I again, I was always into the exercise and weight training, so I enjoyed, I joined groups for like, working out over 40 or fit over 40, different things like that. All these exercise groups and nutrition groups, and just made a lot of friends in these groups. And, I joined a low carb group, which I participated so much in. I think we talked about it last week, where I actually became a moderator at that group. And that kind of spun off into my own group, which now grew to like 500 or so. So I've had a lot of success just joining these other groups. And even from all the, the weight training groups, exercise groups, just health and fitness, search groups. Join them all, and you just talk to people. It is a common interest, for me. So just, it's just normal conversations, and it certainly helped me just expand the my community. And just one also thing I just wanted to throw out there was, I know everybody says they're uncomfortable with posting and they're not used to it, or just feel salesy and all. It's just, I am probably the most introverted person you could ever meet. And even having this type of conversation is like so not like me. I mean, but just throughout this whole Beachbody experience, I've been doing this since a year this month. And, it's changed my life for the better in so many ways. But just one thing I wanted to share was a comment my wife had made. It was like she's looking at all these posts and seeing all the pictures. I was giving my dog a bath, and I took a picture. I set up a camera inside my bathroom on a tripod that I got it for a birthday present, because this is how much I'm taking pictures now. And posting pictures of me just bathing the dog, and I was like, you ran from the camera. You wouldn't even look at a camera. I said, now your whole life is on Facebook. She's like, you just love it. And it's like, I just really just enjoy it now. And it's make it fun. And it's you get used to it. Or, if I did, you will, believe me. And then you just incorporate, it's part of your life. It becomes, if you become a product of the product. It sounds cliche, but I mean, I have my Shakeology, I drink Recover. I mean, I use every single product, and because they all work for me, and they, continue to work for me. So I do just share that, and it's, you make it fun on Facebook, make it fun on Instagram. Instagram, it's, exactly as Greg said, I knew nobody on Instagram, so there was nothing to hold back on. And so listen, everybody I know on Instagram, I met on Instagram. Can't go wrong.
Yep, absolutely. All right, I just shared a link with you guys in the chat. If you're on the phone, you can't see the chat. So if you want to message me, or Amy, you can send it to Jen if you want. It's a weekly activity tracker, okay? And it's called the Walk, Jog, Run Tracker. And you can decide, it's a very easy tracker to follow. And, one of the things, like I mentioned, is you want to set goals, right? It's like, what do you want to get accomplished every day? What do you want to get accomplished for the week in order to move your business forward, right? So, you can, let's say you have an hour a day, right? I mean, and you can decide, do you want to be a walker in this business? Do you want to be a jogger, or do you want to be a runner? And you can look at that tracker, and you can decide which you want to be. Now, obviously, the faster you go, the faster your income will rise, the faster your team will grow, the faster your customers will grow, all that good stuff, right? So you can decide, but obviously, the faster you go, the more time that it takes per day, right? So you can't say, I'm going to be a runner, but I only got 10 minutes to spend every day on the business, right? Those two don't go together. Right? So you decide what you want to do. Maybe you want to start out as a walker, and then you know, after a month or two, you want to move to a jogger because you're starting to get some success. You're starting to earn some income. Maybe you signed up a coach and, you know, you get that success factor, and then you want to step it up, right? That happens to everybody, you know, but then you can just move up in the tracker. You go like, now I'm going to move to a jogger. Now I'm going to start doing these activities every day. Now I'm going to, instead of inviting one person, I'm going to invite 10 people, right? So check out that link. It's a PDF document. You can print it out every single week. You can set your goals and then achieve those goals. And it gives you nice little check boxes that, yep, I did that. I listened to my personal development. I invited 10 people. I found them on Instagram, or I started following 10 people, or you know, I did my stories, or whatever whatever is on that sheet. But I think I like this tracker. I like it a lot better than the Beachbody's business activity tracker, because I think it's fun, it's easy, and it has different paces that you guys can follow. So check it out, and if you're on the phone and you can't see it or whatever, then just message me and I can send it to you. All right? So before we wrap up, does anybody have any questions about what we talked about tonight?
Greg, I have a question.
Yeah, John.
What is the name of this Instagram follow adder? Like, how do you spell that?
Just like it sounds, follow adder. I think it's followadder.com.
Okay.
And John, are you in my Instagram Academy group?
I'm not. Armando was telling me about it, and when he first told me about it, that's whenever I was going through the marathon training, so I just couldn't commit to it. But now I'm done with that, so I'll have to get into the group.
Well, I can message me. I can add you, if you know, or whatever. If you can't find it.
Great.
But there are several videos in the group. I think Brian did one where he walks you through how to set it up. I even gave a coupon code. I think it's like $39. It's like a one-time fee of $39, right? And you can download it, and basically it runs on your computer, and you can set it up to do different things. Like it's called a thank you DM for people that follow you. That's just one thing it can do. I use it to follow people. Like, it can search hashtags for you, or it can search followers of followers, and it can start following people for you automatically. It can also comment on posts and pictures and respond to people. I mean, it's like a complete robot assistant, you know, and you can configure it to what you want to do. But the best feature is the thank you DMs. That's why I mentioned that. In addition to following people, I have it follow. It like, I tell it how many people that I want it to follow per day. And then if they don't follow me back, it automatically unfollows those people after 5 days. So it's a really smart program. Now, it doesn't replace the fact that you still want to search hashtags and look for people on your own, because that's really smart searching, right? You want to follow people that are like you in your interests, and that's going to get you much better results than just using an automated program, right? But that's all covered in the Instagram Academy group. Anything else, guys? No? And yeah, Jen Richardson. I mean, some of these people like Jen Richardson, Jatana Jackson, they're great examples of people to follow on Instagram, like I said. And
Greg.
Yeah.
Hey, I got 6,000 followers on Instagram just eating a cactus.
Oh, really? Now you just gotta figure out how to convert that to Beachbody customers.
I know, right?
Cactus flavored shakeouts.
Yeah. Yeah. That guy, he is crazy. He eats everything. So, all right, guys. So we'll wrap up for tonight, and we'll see you next week, where we'll talk about some more things. All right?
All right, thanks, Greg.
Awesome. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.